Vote now in the prediction poll happening in chat. Volcanic Island into DRC. Passing the turn. Cool playmat for Matthew. Here's Boseiju into Expiration.
And he'll waste.
And a Wasteland. So Wasteland takes out Volcanic Island. Very nice Wasteland and a very nice Exploration as well. Land's one of the decks that Delver historically has struggled against. And we'll see how Dave Kaplan can manage here in round 3. Attacking with DRC and passing after playing a Flooded Strand.
On Fridays, you know, like my friends start hitting me up, you know, like, hey, what are we doing tonight? Like,
There's Maze of Ith. We can see Loam here. Yep, Loam targeting Wasteland. Okay. Looks like it'll resolve Wasteland to hand.
Play this. Go.
And play the Wasteland and pass. All right. So a good start to the game, a good start to the match for Matthew. Dragon's Rage Channeler not even close to Delirium currently. That could change in a hurry with Surveil. Some cantrips. Half of the Thespian Stage Dark Depths combo was already on the table with Exploration, so that's scary. Finding a basic island is Kaplan, so that'll protect against Wasteland. And Brainstorm Surveil trigger. Looks like DRC going into the graveyard.
I'll do it.
Are you in the band? Are you in the band?
I'm definitely not. They're very good.
Wow, 100% favored for land, said Twitch chat. Almost 100%. Dragon's Rage Channeler gets in an attack for 1. And dredging Expiration and double Mox Diamond to send Loam back to the hand for Matthew.
Currency converter.
Currency converter, all right. I don't think we've seen currency converter appear on stream yet. Someone check the entire archives and let us know. There it is, currency converter. And let's hope. Oh, I'm already getting anxiety. Let's hope Matthew has rogue tokens available if needed. Bajuka Bog hits the graveyard. That'll shut off Murktide for the moment. And Caracas, the second land drop.
Sure. Go on.
I'll keep that. Turn man stuff, I'll fetch.
Yep.
You never know, Coca.
That was pretty late.
What's the deal with currency converter anyway? Is it not on MTGO? Does anybody know? Does anybody have a PC computer with MTGO installed? It's a digital game from 2002. Does anybody have that? Watching right now? Okay, Poing says it is. It is on MTGO, according to some people in the chat.
Go.
We'll draw this card.
Okay, so currency converter be getting activated here to loot. And we will have to find out what the token situation is very soon, it seems.
And we'll discard a loam.
Discarding loam.
So we'll put this under the converter.
Okay. Yep.
And we'll untap. Upkeep. We'll put the loam back in and make a 2/2 zombie.
Okay, so loam back into the graveyard, make a... What the... Oh, God.
Then we'll Verdant, Crop Rot.
Okay, this results?
Yep.
All right. A dredge happened.
We'll cast the one.
Yep.
Targeting the 2 land.
Sure.
Port? No, only correct.
So the Wasteland and... Okay, it looks like Dark Depths and Wasteland. Okay. So the combo of Thespian Stage, Dark Depths is online, and that'll cause Dave Kaplan to scoop. So lands up a game here. Damon says, but will Delver play Maddening Hex against the Converter? That's a great question. As far as I know, that card, Maddening Hex, is still not on MTGO, which is short for Magic the Gathering Online. Swinda says, always loved lands, always hated the price tag. I feel you on that. I feel you. Here's Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Not anymore, though. They stopped printing Korean.
Yeah. Just hope they never print another card for that.
Right, right.
Will you switch to like Japanese or something? That's fine.
No, no, just English.
That's fair.
Meltdown.
Yep.
Meltdown into the graveyard. Mishra's Bauble getting activated here, so close to Delirium now. Looks like an Expiration was on top. Okay, Basic Forest. Mox Diamond. Val, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Discarding Boseiju. And Exploration. Grove of the Burn Willows, the second land drop. Tapping 2 and Loam. See if Force of Negation. Yeah, Force of Negation is a good one against Life in the Loam. Cervelle Trigger going on the stack. Dave Kaplan deciding what to pitch. Sonic says, isn't more than half the price one copy of Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale? Yes, maybe. But don't forget, the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, we all feel the butterflies of nostalgia when that card hits the table. So it absolutely must stay. Dragon's Rage Channeler getting an attack for 3. Wasteland on the Grove. And here's Delver. Kaplan hoping to get in some damage before Lance can get everything going here. Here's Dark Depths. No Thespian Stage, though. Expressive Iteration on top. And attacking for 6.
RED the Delver.
Okay.
Red Blast on Delver. Dave says you got it. And a backup. Still trying to race Marit Lage potentially. Or whatever other nasty surprises are in store. All right, so Bajuka Bog is a nice way to slow things down for lands, shutting off Delirium now, and the chance of a Murktide for Kaplan. Bolt You Surveil trigger.
Oh, okay. Then
Because
we'll-
you played it.
Oh,
you
yeah, that's
played
right.
it here
That's
and then
right.
you
That's
played
right.
it.
That's right. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's on 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's minus 6. Sorry.
Well, I will play it safe.
I think I
I'll
put the
leave
guy in
that.
Okay.
You
So
took
double
the
trigger.
trigger?
It's
Yep.
and then-
Yeah.
Alright, I'll fail to reveal
Sure.
2.
This will waste your port and play waste graveyard.
Wasteland's a good way to stop the Dark Depths combo, so that's a good play for Kaplan. Only able to attack for 2 that turn. All right, just proactively wasting the Dark Depths. No land drop. No land drop for lands. Brainstorm revealed off the top. 2 types in the yard. Brainstorm, Surveil. Thinking about the Surveil now. Surgical goes into the graveyard, okay. Still only 2 types in the yard. Instant in land. An attack for 6. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get an attack for 6 this turn, so never mind that whole train of thought. Doesn't seem like it's possible. Even with another land drop. Yeah, Harry Houdini wondering in chat, don't want to surgical the Dark Depths. I guess that's not the plan. Planning Flooded Strand and attacking for 4. Let's see if a crop rotation or endurance happens here. Nope. That would have been pretty good. Maze of Ith is a good one, though. I'm passing the turn. An Endurance, a Red Blast, another Punishing Fire. These are all nightmare cards for Kaplan as the board looks currently. Fetching a Steam Vents on end step. Yeah, it seems like Kaplan is trying to work towards a Murktide. Maze of Ith kind of makes that plan kind of lame at this point, though. Here's Expressive Iteration. Should probably still go for the Murktide, but the Murktide's not going to be getting in any damage. But it might be able to allow Kaplan to get in the last couple of points of damage, given that the Maze of Ith can only stop 1 creature, and Kaplan currently has 3. Expressive Iteration still in the stack. Brazen Borrower dumped into the graveyard. Petty Theft, a pretty good card against Marit Lage, but... Alright, so the Expressive Iteration is going to resolve. Maybe Matthew bluffing here. Maybe has a Red Blast in hand. Flooded Strand put into exile.
No, I think you can ban Ren 6, especially if you get the top.
Would you sideboard in Delver players of chat and people that think about playing Delver decks? Would you sideboard in Maddening Hex in this matchup if you had that option?
I know, that's the problem.
I think I would.
What I mean is embarrassing.
All right, Pyroblast on the Insectile Aberration, and taking, it looks like just... Okay, fetching before attacks then.
That's fine. It's not a problem.
Getting a Volcanic.
I just think that the design is so aggressive. Keep that.
Used Maze. My mistake, yeah. Sorry about that. All right, here's a Ponder. Force of Negation goes into the graveyard. Damon says, I don't think in this matchup, but I do think it's a very good card. Yeah. I guess it depends what you have to side out, what you have to side in. How does Maddening Hex work in a non-multiplayer game? It just stays on the same person, your opponent. Can't move to yourself. At least not move itself. Surgical on Dark Depths happening. Mox Diamond revealed as the card in hand.
Ready for me to take a look?
Yeah. Right over there.
All right, lots of nice extended art cards in this lands deck. Kaplan going to take a look at it now. There's 3 Dark Depths. You see Punishing Fire, Crop Rotations, Grove of the Burn Willows, Pyroblasts. We see Urza's Sagas. There's a Flusterstorm, it looks like. There is a Tabernacle. And maybe Expedition Map I saw as well. Alright, so the Dark Depths are now all in exile, so the combo is gone. Passing the turn now.
It's kind of like Solitude.
Yeah.
Jot,
We will.
Same stats.
Where's the Saga?
Yeah. Cast them.
Fallen.
All right, passing the turn. 2 cards in hand for Matthew. One of them Mox Diamond. Brainstorm. Harry Houdini thinks they saw a Fury. That's interesting. I don't know if there was a Fury in hand. Fury? I don't think I've seen Fury in lands decks. Have I? It'd be an interesting one. All right, Wasteland took out the Maze and able to get an attack in. So that's a pretty good turn of events for Kaplan. What's at the top of lands player's board? If you're talking about the top center of the screen, it's 4 Dark Depths in exile. If you're talking about next to the phone with the life totals, it's expiration. So now Murktide and Dragon's Rage Channeler are available. Tabernacle doesn't do it. Can't make a Marit Lage. Punishing Fire doesn't do it. Matthew scoops it up. All right. Game 2 goes to Dave Kaplan. We're going to game 3.
And I paused. I'm like, I don't know if I should cast this one.
Players shuffling up here.
No, that's no problem. I mean, that's one of the sideboard cards.
Yeah.
It's important.
Harry Houdini says, I'm so glad you do this, Chris. It's really great. Just saying. Thank you, Harry. Here's Grove of the Burn Willows and Exploration. Force pitching Force on Exploration. There's Dragon's Rage Channeler, Mishra's Bauble, trigger. Dumping a Mystic Sanctuary into the graveyard and activating it to look at Matthew's top card, which we cannot see, but that's okay. That's okay, right, chat? That's okay. I'm glad people are liking the pre-recorded matches that we've been watching on live streams, because for a long time that was like an idea I had of a great way to have a tabletop Magic live stream. I hadn't seen anybody else doing that. And then to try it and for people actually to like it felt nice. Here's Bajuka Bog exiling the graveyard. There was a life gained from Grove of the Burn Willows, so life totals appear to be correct. Dave Kaplan sharing our coffee page in the chat. Great way to support 90s MTG. Click on our coffee page. Links are down below if you're watching later. There are a bunch of matches posted exclusively to our coffee page as well, I should mention. Force of Negation pitching Murktide on Life and Alone, but it gets Pyroblast. That's working out, it looks like, completely to Land's favor. There's a Savell trigger here. New donation from Dave Kaplan. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate all your support.
Did I get one off the...
One off the what? You should be at 19 up to 20, 21 now.
Yeah.
But also, it makes it harder for them to do that.
Okay, so a second Force of Negation, it looks like. And Loam is exiled, finally. Sven Proud is here and says, those Delver players like Dave ruining the format. Yep. We know. Damon says, I think it addresses a key issue in Paper Stream's downtime. Yeah, I think the, you know, I don't know. We could probably have like a 1 hour discussion just about ideas I have for tabletop live streams and the other ways to do them that have not been tried yet, but that's a whole other... We'll save that for another time when we have nothing better to talk about. Harry Houdini, thank you for the donation. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate that. Harry says, you guys rock. Thank you. All right, so here's a Murktide coming down for Kaplan. Exiling, looks like just one instant or sorcery. Those are only 4 cards, though. Maybe I missed something. Pyroblast on the Murktide. Oh, okay, so he paid 1 mana with the lands in play. So delving only 4. Delving only 4. There is a Maze of Ith on the table right now for lands, which is pretty good, given how the board looks currently. Kaplan Hellbent. Surgical goes straight into the graveyard. Don't need that at the moment. Sven Proud says, if Dave wins this match, I want 4 bannings at least. Yeah. I think most people are with you, Sven. We want to see a legacy format where something gets banned every week. We should just start banning like crazy. Just keep it going.
It's like okay against everything and very good against the.
Yeah, it's broken against the okay. That's, I'm not
Sigma says, thanks for the great legacy content. You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
How I feel about the MT personally, and this is only having played like 2 MTG leagues, it has a very good plan in terms of having
Yeah, what should we ban? Just throw a whole bunch of card names to ban in the chat. we'll ban them all.
do something proactive enough getting it in quickly, which is where GW depths or something like
Sorcery,
that,
instant,
or something like breakfast,
creature.
or doing something proactive that ends up being.
I'll just pass.
Because Delver can just recover from you blowing him up.
No.
Yeah, but that's the point of D&T. D&T plays the fairest game that beats any fair deck.
Yeah.
But then it struggles with it.
But I think
All right, Crop Rot sacking the Bajuka Bog. Yavimaya allows the Bajuka Bog to make green mana, of course. You know what card we have to unban, chat? And I've been speaking out about this. There's a card that needs to be unbanned. It's called Goblin Tutor. It must be freed. Unban Goblin Tutor.
playing cards because it stops its own engineer.
If my hand was better, like,
Here's Urza's
my hand
Saga.
was fine, and, like, at the end of my hand, you thought I had
Life from the Loam.
3 paths and
Dave Kaplan says ban talk back in the day was Richard Garfield saying how it'll be, and no one objected. None of this open discussion nonsense. I miss those days, Dave. Those were the good old days.
I would like a 2-1 first striker that makes all your shit cost more.
Now we have the entire Wizard staff at their computers every Monday, stressed out, looking at the results of MTGO events, trying to figure out what the heck to do. And they're lost. They spend days and days wondering what to do with the legacy ban list. Sven Proud says unban Dreadhorde Arcanist finally. Yeah, Dreadhorde Arcanist being on the ban list, I just never really understood, to be honest. That's not even a joke.
I have another it's actually pretty cool. Like, they don't
Dreadhorde Arcanist being banned is a reminder that a lot of legacy players don't play other formats. That's really that's really what it is. I don't know.
Well,
It depends on what you're doing, right? But it also makes your players cost too many. From
what?
I would also cost too many.
yeah, sure. But then it makes your grinds don't cost 2 mana.
Yeah.
And then usually how the deck will go was I would also have waste.
And as all of you know, since this is a legacy-focused Magic the Gathering channel, we do spend about 75% of the stream talking about bans. So that's just a warning to anybody new. Okay, for some reason there's a sheep, and then the Dreadhorde gets blocked.
Because people.
I mean, not Dreadhorde. Dragon's Rage Channeler gets blocked. Did I play with Dreadhorde Arcanist? I did. And I loved every minute of it. Made me feel strong and powerful.
You totally outvalue me over a long period.
Normally use my Cypher.
As long as I'm on the line, that's a pretty good shot.
All right, floating one with Saga and creating searching the deck, I should say. Not creating a construct. Searching the deck. Here is Expedition Map for anyone not familiar with this particular look for the card. That's a good one. I was hoping to see Currency Converter pop up again, but all right. All right. Sacrificing it, using the floating mana. Searching the library again. Thespian Stage gets found off the map. Kaplan does have a Wasteland on the board, so that will need to be kept in mind. Loam is pretty good, though. Returning Saga, Maze of Ith. Darth says, hello, I joined the Discord and I can't find the deck lists. What am I missing? You do need a role on our server to unlock VIP channels. Check the rules channel for that. All right, here's Urza's Saga. And Brainstorm.
2 Philosopher's Stone, 3.
That was just 2 games, right?
I won the first game.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
got a couple of underground seeds, and I had no more ways to cast show and tell.
Right.
And you were just on ley lines, so I think these don't really do anything. Actually,
All right, thinking about this brainstorm is Kaplan. This game is close to getting out of reach for Kaplan here. Urza Saga is following up a couple turns in a row. Maze of Ith, Loam is online. The Wasteland looks embarrassing at this point. We'll see. There's expressive iteration. Wasteland. It'll go into play after exile. Andros QC, thanks for the follow. Welcome. One card in hand, one card on the bottom. Double Wasteland is something, I guess. How can Kaplan possibly win this game? Like, what is the? Okay, wasting the Urza Saga. Maybe a Force of Negation, although I think we used up 2 already in this game, right? To exile Loam, or a Surgical on Loam could stop the... Alright, Wasteland on a Volcanic Island. Could stop the cycle of Urza Sagas, but a lot of damage would already have been done. Alright, here's Loam again, returning Wasteland and Saga. It's a second copy of Loam, actually. So Force of Negation isn't actually even that great right now. Flip Toads just shared our Discord link in the chat. We do have over 1,000 people hanging out in our Discord server. And you should probably join it too then. That's what that means.
So the only tournament I've ever won in my life was a 9-person Grand Prix trial at King's Games. This was like years ago. And so I make it to the finals. I'm playing against this kid who was like destroying
Alright, a fetch, getting Steam Vents. Paying 2 life to have it enter on tap. Are we going to see a Maddening Hex here? Nope, looks like a Murktide.
Into the Strangleroot Geist, into the sword, right? But I had Mirror Crusade. Yeah. So Mirror Crusade turn 3, Angelic Destiny turn 4, 6/6.
I got excited for a second, thought we were going to see a Hex, but... it's just Murktide.
I did get 2 buys by end because the Grand Prix was in. Actually, that was mine. That was probably the only color.
It's okay. EDH, some people call it Commander, has been completely warped by the card Murktide Regent. It's completely warped the entire format. And the Commander Rules Committee needs to do something about it fast. So there's that update. Here is Matthew trying to figure out what to do for turn, actually. Looking through the exile pile for Kaplan. Playing a second maze and passing the turn, so no creatures are going to be able to attack here successfully. Unless Kaplan wants to fire off this Wasteland now. I doubt Matthew really cares, though. 17 life is plenty. Tyler is here. Tyler Goldman Grandee says, "Hey Chris, hope you're well. How's weather in NYC?" It's been hot. By New York standards, it's been hot. And we've had some thunderstorms recently, but mostly nice but hot. Good to see you, Tyler. There's Thespian Stage. Force of Will revealed off the top. So potentially 3 mazes here. Mazing 2 and taking 3 damage is Matthew. Passing the turn. Stage copying maze. We kind of saw that coming. And in response, Wasteland getting activated? Is that what's happening here? Okay, in response, waste the stage, actually. Just going for a regular draw is Matthew. Not going to try and dredge. There's a loam. Is that a third copy of loam, or was there a dredge that I forgot about? Plays another stage. And passes the turn.
It was red though, it wasn't green.
Is it from Zendikar? It was from the set that Fatal put.
All right, taking 3 from the Insectile Aberration is something, but now the Thespian stage just copied Maze of Ith, so now there are 3 mazes on the battlefield for Matthew, and now dredging Dark Depths, Wasteland, Taiga. All 3 go to the graveyard, returns a loam to hand, which almost got forgotten as the most important step. And here's loam targeting those 3, I guess. Didn't go after Urza's Saga, just opted for a Taiga, I guess. All right, wait, so... Yeah, not sure why there was a backup there, but okay.
Or not
It's just different.
move to cleanup.
All right, so 3 mazes and a Dark Depths on the board for lands. Scalding Tarn to play. Yeah, Price of Progress would be great here, actually. Price of Progress is a pretty good out.
We'll remove it.
All right, so removing a counter from Dark Depths. Is Mox Diamond. Discarding Urza's Saga, okay. Waste on Volcanic Island. And fetching a response, it looks like. Maybe Mystic Sanctuary happening. I think Mystic Sanctuary was one of the first cards thrown into the graveyard this game. Mystic Sanctuary might be gone. Maybe Kaplan forgot. I think it was like turn 1, surveilled into the graveyard. That must be what happened. Thought there was still a Sanctuary left.
I felt fine.
Now it's probably fine.
All of our farmers in Europe are dry because of the way that we have these heater and dry weather. Other parts of the country don't
I
have
wasted the
heaters.
ball. I will float a red.
All right, so a fell to find in the Scalding Tarn, floating a red from Volcanic Island.
There's no way to sell it without taking 70 cents on the dollar. Yeah, I mean, like, if I wanted to get rid of it alone, you know?
Unfortunate with the sacked Scalding Tarn. It could have tapped for green. I don't know if that would have made a big difference, but Yavimaya is on the table.
We'll remove.
Passing the turn now is Kaplan, removing a counter from Dark Depths. And removing a second counter from Dark Depths. Okay. Opting not to use the stage. Having a Maze of Ith a little bit more important currently. Wasteland on the steam vents. Tabernacle could just be game here.
I have no realistic way to win, and I'm not going to stall it out. You got it.
Okay, big games.
Yeah.
All right, so Dave Kaplan scoops it up. lands gets there, and I agree there was no realistic way to win left.